This is Tom with Fresh Vintage Garage. We're going to cut out all the usual intro fluff that we do, and we're going to dive right into the diagnostic capabilities on the Autel MX900. We're going to show you everything here right now. And diving right into the diagnostics on the top left corner here, we're going to find Subaru because we're sitting in a 2016 Subaru Forester. We're just going to go for Subaru. There we go. If you've used any kind of Autel scan tool before, you have seen this. Let's do standalone diagnosis. There we go, diagnostics. While that's thinking, it's got a, I believe, an 8 or 9 inch screen. Forgive me, I can't remember. We're going to do automatic selection. Whole host of features here. It has everything. Let's do read the VIN. There we go. Has 40 plus reset functions if memory serves correct. And we're going to decode the VIN. There we go. Year, make, and model. It does have CAN support, FCA auto auth support. Let's just go right into diagnosis. And we'll do auto scan. And we're going to go right through each list here. While this actually digs in and finds all the modules in the car, it's actually going pretty quick. I have a 2005 Honda CR-V. It definitely takes a little bit longer, but right now you can see it's zipping through here pretty fast. We didn't speed this up at all. Really solid, durable unit. I will mention this is a corded actual connection. There's no Bluetooth here, but that's probably a 4 to 5 foot cable, so respectable length cable. And let's take a look at the list. So we have our faults at the top, and let's go look at the like the pass stuff, the stuff that passed down below. So let's take a look at the BCM. Let's click on that. We have 4 faults there, and so I click the arrow on the right-hand side of the screen. And let's do trouble codes. That's what everybody's after, is trouble codes. And so here are our actual codes. I'd say these are our actual OBDII codes. I want to hit what looks like a snowflake on the right-hand side. I want to see what that does. And okay, so that is freeze framing data. That makes sense that they have a little snowflake image, but this actually will take a photo of the image of the data. So if you're doing a repair, you can kind of do like a pre-post repair comparison. So if we wanted to erase the codes, I want to click read codes here and see what this does. I'm assuming, yeah, it pulls up the same exact stuff. If we wanted to erase the codes, we could do that here. I'm going to click the escape or back button on the bottom left corner. Let's go into the engine. Let's actually see. This says pass no fault. And I will make note that there is no check engine light on in this vehicle. So I'm assuming this will come back with nothing, but we'll just take a look here. And let's go to trouble codes. And I want to dive into the actual diagnostic data next. So stick around later in the video. We're actually going to do an unboxing and show you what you get when you buy the MX900. Let's click on live data here. We'll do all data. We'll say the car is not running, but the Subaru, the ignition on is in the Subaru. And I'll scroll through here, slow, fast kind of thing. You can get an idea of all the data that's coming out of the car. And the MX900 is very much capable in seeing all of this and accessing it. Let's do vehicle speed. Well, that's not a good one. Let's do accelerator, opening angle, ignition timing, blah, blah, blah. We'll just grab a few of these. And then on the bottom, I see graph merge. So I want to click graph merge. And I'm assuming, yeah, that'll give us our graph. Let's fire up the car here. And there's our live data coming out of the actual engine and the computer. I'm just going to blip the throttle just a little bit. Ooh, look at that green line. The oxygen sensor going a little crazy there. So there's me hitting the throttle. I'll hit it one more time. And let's do cancel merging on the bottom. And let's actually see how many of these we can put in here. I'm guessing I'm probably hitting my limit, but let's do graph merge. Okay, so you get a max of 5. That's what I was trying to do. Every scan tool is a little different. Some will let you do up to 8, I think, and this gives us 5. So looks like I just grabbed the random 5. Oh, there we go. Hit the gas. Perfect. Let that idle down, and I'm actually going to go back to the home screen here, all the way back. So let me turn the car off. There we go. Back on. Now, back at the home screen here, we have our service functions. Let's click in here. It says there is a diagnostic task running. Click OK to display the running task. Oh, so it's taking us back here. Let's click back. Let's try and get all the way out of here, shall we? Let me click M. And it does not like that I tried to jump out of there like that. So let's just dive all the way out of here. Sure you want to exit. And let's keep getting out of here. Go. We'll just go all the way back. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes. Sorry, apparently just some commentary. You have to go all the way back. I've tried to get out of here multiple times. There we go, back to the home screen. So let's go into our service functions. And so you can see everything here. It said that there were 40, so there's 3, and then there's, so that's 15. Then there's 30. Now, am I getting that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 15. So that's 45. So 46. Am I seeing that right? I don't know if it's car to car dependent, but that's one screen, two screens, three screens. So that's 45, and then there's 46. So a lot of different stuff here, everything from parking brake to injector coating, and then I'm pretty sure throttle adaptation's in here somewhere. But there's a lot of stuff that you need to touch on a car anymore. And all of this stuff is really, really nice to see inside the MX900. Going back through and rescanning things, forgive me, I guess it's operator error on my end. I'm going to go to body control module. Let me touch the screen a little bit firmer there. There we go. And it's under active tests. So once you get under active tests, we found a few different things in here. So this is if you lock the car and you hear the beep, beep, that's what you'll hear, though. This is a continual beep kind of thing. So when you hit the lock button, it goes beep, beep, or whatever. So that's that noise. And then in here, this is the unlocking, so this will actually unlock the door locks. And just, here's my hands, and you can hear them. Let me lock them. So there's the lock, and then I'll stop, and then here's my hands. So that is the actual unlock, and so the bi-directional control capability that you're seeing in the actual MX900 here. Let me get all the way back out here. I would hope that there was a faster way to do this, but it does not like it when I try to do this and then go over here. It keeps telling me I have to finish this. So let me just keep going back, keep going back. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but there we go. There's that. And now we're back to the main area. If you just want to get in for OBD, just straight up check engine light kind of stuff, you just come in here and this, and you're just going to dive right into OBDII code scanning if I can get, there we go. My fingers are pretty dry, so it's going to go through the different protocols, and it's going to find the one that's compatible. It should be like ISO 9141-2 if I remember correctly, but oh, this one's actually different, 1576, blah, blah, blah. So here's our different capabilities in here, and it's kind of more of the same. Data trouble codes on the top left corner I just clicked on. And let's take a look here. So the check engine light is not on in the Subaru here, so that makes sense. And then I am readiness for emissions stuff. If you have a state that deals with and is pretty strict and regimented about actual emissions. And here's all of our stuff, pass, fail, indifferent kind of thing. And we'll get out of here. There we go. And you can see live data. I am kind of curious, what does component test do? Let's just click on component test. We'll see what comes up in here. Evaporative system leak test, and then inducement system reinitialization. I swear, some days the engineers just sit around and come up with stuff to test, to justify their job. All that to say, let's go all the way back out here. There we go. We'll hit exit to current model. Let's go back to the front, the very, very beginning. There we go. Now, data manager is just like it sounds. If we had recorded something, or if we had taken images or screenshots or something, all of that's in here. And also, if you wanted to review a PDF, you actually save your reports in here. You can put them in here. Settings is just like it sounds. Updates, we're not going to look in there. Remote desktop, if you want to work with Autel, you have some kind of weird issue going on with the scan tool, you can go in through TeamViewer and actually see what's going on. Autel can see what you're seeing, kind of thing. Now, coming over here, there's a couple of little odds and ends. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything on the front page. So looking at this, we have Maxi Video and then Maxi Tools. I want to look at, let's see what Maxi Viewer does here. And so you can actually choose your vehicle, I believe, in here. And so there's our MaxiCheck MX900. And there's our vehicles. So I won't spend, I don't know what Borg Ward is, but one series. We'll see what happens in here. All. So you kind of see some of the data and capabilities, and you can keep filtering over here. Get pretty in depth depending on what you're looking to do. And let's see what's in chassis here. So quite in depth. And Autel definitely works. They are kind of the premier vendor to work with different OEMs to make sure they're getting the latest and greatest data from Ford, from Chevy. The list goes on, kind of thing. Maxi Video. Let's see here. Please connect the inspection camera. So you do need a separate camera to function with this. And just thinking out loud, there is a camera on the back of this, but that's not the camera they're speaking to. Maxi Tools, let's see what's in here. So we have a couple different things. We have log, ping, and factory reset. Stick around because we're going to jump downstairs and show you what all you get when you open up the MX900 after you buy it. Let's go do that right now. Alrighty, we just got downstairs here and we packed this guy back up the way you would get it when you buy it, just out of the box kind of thing. Quick shout out, we appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. Taking a look at this, we have a few quick options. 8-inch touchscreen here. We have a 7,700 milliamp hour battery. Definitely enough oomph to get you through the day. It does have a 8 megapixel camera. It does have Wi-Fi, which is really, really convenient for out-of-the-box updates. We just, hooked up to Wi-Fi, push the updates, and just walked away for like 20, 30 minutes, and it just sits there and cycles through everything. You don't have to manually do this or that, blah, blah, blah. So this is what you get out of the box, though, when you get it from the person you buy from. And we'll just take that off. And, it's a very durable case. I mean, I think Autel's kind of iconic with their cases, but everyone in the industry probably knows this look and feel of case. It does have plastic actual clasps here. We'll just pop this open. Just a note that on some of the higher end models, you will have other cables and adapters. Some of these come with OBDII. This one just comes with the OBDII cable. It's probably a 4 or 5 foot cable. It's pretty long. It comes with that there. And then this is obviously the star of the show. Our charger is here. And we have the actual scan tool itself. As much as I would love to do a drop test on this, I'm always afraid I might break it, but they're designed to actually survive drops. And we have a kickstand. And then on the top here, I just wanted to call out, we do have a micro SD card slot. In case you wanted to transfer data from this to the computer for whatever reason, you could pretty readily and quickly do it. It does have a USB-A port here. I believe that might be for the Maxi video camera. And then, overall, it's solid scan tool. I can't say much other than to say Autel has been doing this for so many years. Dare I say, this is at least in shop owner and in garage, like mechanics of the world kind of thing. This is a household name. I mean, you really can't go wrong with Autel. If you want to take a closer look at this guy, we'll leave a link for this thing in this video's description, the video you're watching right now. Just scroll down and you'll find that description. Wrapping up the video here, I mean, this thing is solid, and like I said, Autel is pretty much a household name at this point. I make that note because there's also a lot of competition, and the single biggest thing this guy has going for it right now is the fact that companies like Xtool, Top Don, Gear Wrench, Harbor Freight, if you haven't seen their Icon scan tools, you can find the T7, T8, and T10 scan tool videos we've made on our channel, Fresh Vintage Garage. One of them will actually pop up right over my shoulder here. You can see the T10 there, but those video links, you can find them in the same description I mentioned earlier for this video. There's a lot of competition for this price point because you as the consumer, whether you're a DIYer or you're a mobile mechanic or you're a shop owner, you are getting a lot of value versus say even just 5 to 7 years ago. You're getting really, really solid value as far as your scan tool capabilities for the money you're spending. You work hard for your money, and we're here to actually help with making informed decisions, and that's why we make these videos. With that, we appreciate you watching. If you like scan tools, if you like shop equipment, if you like keeping your car certified fresh and on the road, Fresh Vintage Garage is your channel. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.